This is GABNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, I'm Alex in red. It's the Ramble in white, and we're here until midnight. I'm a poet, and I don't even know it. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. It's Albert. It's Albert Reynoso.
Big deal.
Best producer I ever had.
Big deal.
Big deal?
Producers don't get any credit. It's all the talent. Talent.
Let me see here. I just want to move something here so that I'm there we go. I see everybody will say, why did that just move? But what I do is I like to put the interview, when I'm doing these interviews, over in a certain place on the screen, so when I'm looking at it, it looks like I'm looking at you. If I had it on the other side, and I forgot to move it, and that's why everybody saw stuff move and so on.
Do you want me to sit like this?
Yeah, well.
Or like this? What would be better?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
So how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You've been living the big life in Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Retired.
How old are you now?
58.
And you're retired?
Have been for 8 years.
You know what's funny about it today? I mean, we don't think of retirement being that early. Okay? But today it is. Oh, hey, there's the wife.
There's my wife.
Yeah. I mean, it's just that people are being forced to retire earlier than they have in the past.
For older people, yes, we're kind of forced out of jobs because they want the younger people to take those jobs for less money and no benefits.
Exactly.
And they will be working a lot longer because they have nothing that they've saved, because they're not going to make as much and they're not going to get the benefits, and it's going to be tragic for the young generations.
It is.
Whatever, millennials or Z or X, I don't know what they are.
But I mean, do you feel that your age is going against you? I mean, in other words, if you go for a job and they find out you're 58, that affects them, and that isn't that old.
No, it's not that old, but still, they know that people that are in that age range are looking for a job that's going to pay substantial money and get benefits. And a lot of jobs don't do that anymore. A lot of big companies don't do that anymore.
And they figure that older people want a substantial amount of money.
Well, yeah, because we've been used to it. We've been used to being taken care of by the companies we worked for many years.
Yeah.
And that's changed drastically. And not only the money, but the benefits. The benefits are very important. Why do we keep talking? Why have we talked about healthcare for 30 years in this country and nothing's been done? Because we don't get proper healthcare. The only way to get healthcare is to get healthcare through your company in many cases. And that's just not happening anymore.
Or to get healthcare by being so poor that you can take a dole from the state, and then you're getting the worst health care possible.
But at least you're getting health care.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with government health care. At least you're getting health care. So you have to wait to see a doctor. Heck, you got to wait for a doctor now if you have good health care. So what's the difference?
Well, I often wonder what companies, why they felt, we want to resist enough health care for our people and so on. Do you remember in the old days when you got health care at a company, that was one of the perks they offered you, saying that's why you should come to work for us? You get health care. No,
I was never told that. I was just told, hey, we're going to give you health care and a 401k, and it wasn't a perk. It was something you got.
Yeah, and by the way, if you remember closely, you never had to pay for that. They paid for it.
In many cases, they paid a good deal of it, but you had to pay something.
Well, no. When I started out back in the Revolutionary War.
Right, yes, you're right about that.
No, back in those days, they just gave you the health care. That was it.
But you know why?
Of course, I didn't need it back then.
Right, but
Yeah.
you didn't have to. They didn't have to jump through hoops with the insurance companies and the government regulation and the doctors' insurance and all this stuff. Now they got to pay up the yin yang to get health care for their employees.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, for instance, you and I, we had a health care plan at Sirius. How
Right.
much did you pay every month for that? Somewhere
Yes.
around $300, right?
Right.
What was that? You know, I mean, that should be something that they give you, and that's it. Some companies do still to this day. They pay the whole thing.
Yeah,
but
that's rare, very
but it's
rare.
rare. But it's very rare, and so we wonder why we have such an unhealthy country. We didn't. If any country should have been able to handle the COVID crisis, it should have been us, and we handled it miserably, just miserably.
Well, there are reasons for that.
Well, yes. I hear a cat, by the way.
Reason, yeah, that's my buddy Bean, who's
Yeah.
been with me for 18 years. Just before I met you,
Yeah.
I got him, and he's on his last legs now. He's doing a thing where he hides
Mm-hmm.
because he's literally dying in front of us, but
Wow.
he's still walking around and eating. But he makes noise now. So.
That's no fun.
Yeah, but he still purrs, so I know he's happy.
Yeah, as long as he's happy.
Yeah.
I had a guy once I knew. His name was Ken Minyard. He wound up working in L.A. We were working in Minneapolis together, and he and his wife invited me over to dinner, and my wife and I over to dinner, and we went over to dinner at their house. And as I'm sitting there eating dinner, I look down at the floor, and there is this, I don't know what it was. It looked like it could have been a dog, but it was like bumping into things and going, making funny sounds and so on. And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "Oh, that's our dog." I can't remember what the dog's name was. And I said, well, "What's wrong with him?" He says, "Well, first he got bad breath, and then we had to remove all his teeth."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that with my cats.
And then he went lame in one paw.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went lame in the other paw. And then we had to, what was it? What else? Then he went blind.
Oh, mine's deaf now.
Yeah. And he said he couldn't exactly bark. So that's why you hear that snarf, snarf. I said, "Why didn't you put him away?" And he looked at me and went, he's happy.
Yeah, nothing wrong with him. He
I'm
doesn't know
looking-
that he's feeling
I'm looking
bad.
at this dog. It's barely an animal anymore.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I just feel that we have been so, remiss in just everything. Do you realize 525,000 people have died as a result of this country not giving a shit? And I don't care. We can blame it on Trump. Go ahead. But still, it was the country not giving a shit.
Well, I think that's a broad statement, and it's somewhat unfair to say the country doesn't give a shit, because look at the people who are working tirelessly in the hospitals.
Yeah.
They give a shit.
Yeah.
Look at the people. I have a wife and a son here who work in supermarkets, and they both are there every day, regardless of people not wearing their masks or wearing their masks or doing whatever kind of unsafe practices. So they give a shit because they're going in there to help people get their groceries, which is something you need. But I would, for the most part, say you're right if you say the federal government does not give a shit, and in many cases the state governments don't give a shit. Specifically, this state that I live in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just feel that we let this whole thing down. We didn't have to have that many people die. We didn't have to have the problem that we had, but we just never listened to the science, or a particular person didn't listen to the science and completely denied that the problem existed at all. And what are you going to do? It doesn't exist at all. People are dying like crazy, and it doesn't exist at all. What kind of country are we?
Well, we're going to do what we did. We had an election. and we said this guy is not effective for what we need done in this time.
Yeah.
In the time of a pandemic, the likes of which nobody in this lifetime has seen, and we said that's enough by a not a huge margin.
But you go down to Texas and you got a governor down there who's opened everything up, no mask mandate, the whole thing, and you go, what's this guy thinking? What's going through his mind? It doesn't exist. Are you kidding me?
That's what I said. It's not the country doesn't give a shit. It's the government doesn't give a shit. The federal government or didn't give a shit, and in many cases still the state governments, and it's a terrible thing.
Well, I'll tell you,
why would you not be rather safe than sorry, which is where we are now. We're in sorry.
What pisses me off about this country, okay? For instance, they tried to just pass a $15 an hour minimum wage, and they can't even get that done. Now, you tell me who can live on $7 an hour.
Who can live on 15?
And then I was going to say that. Who can live on 15? It should be somewhere around 25 because people are actually going to work. They're doing something, okay? They're owed a certain decent quality of life for doing that. And yet we can't even give that to them. The Republicans go, oh, no, that'll make people just kind of lie back and not work hard. What? Where's your mind here? I mean, I just don't. I just find this country incredibly cruel to the working man.
I agree. But they did have some union legislation or union talks yesterday, which were positive. I didn't read the whole thing about it.
What was that?
I'm pretty much an ignorant individual at this point in my life.
No. But what was the thing about the unions?
Something. I just read it briefly. It was a bipartisan note or letter about strengthening unions in some way. But I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing.
Well, everybody likes to put down unions and fight unions and so on. But I got to tell you, the unions are what gave you at least a minimum wage. We didn't even have a minimum wage at a certain point, And people go, well, I don't want to have to join the union. The union gave you a lot of things, even if you were never a member of the union, because it lifted the bar.
Right.
It made it. So I don't get it. I'm and then I would the latest thing that I've gone crazy over is this whole Pepe Le Pew thing. Have you heard about this?
Pepe Le Pew?
The Warner Brothers has excised Pepe Le Pew from their library.
Why? Because he molested the cat?
Yeah. It perpetuated a rape culture.
Okay.
Wasn't he one of your favorite characters?
Yeah, I love Pepe Le Pew.
Who didn't love Pepe Le Pew? He was a sweet little skunk who loved everybody.
He was a lover.
He was a lover.
Yeah.
That's all he was.
His only mistake was he was too passionate.
Yeah.
As I guess the French are. I don't really know the French that well, but I'm assuming from the cartoon alone. And he picked the wrong species. He didn't know that the cat was not a skunk.
Yes.
Big mistake.
Yeah. And it was that stripe down his back that he got from walking under a painted ladder or something.
Right, right.
And it was funny. It was I didn't ever think of it as rape.
Well, now it is.
And we also thought of him as kind of stupid because he couldn't see the fact this was a cat.
Yeah. He was into bestiality, I think.
I
think he knew it was a cat.
I brought up the thing that this one cartoon of his where he falls in love with a Black Panther. And every time he goes to romance the Black Panther, it tears him to shreds.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah. And just and then Pepe Le Pew's like all cut up and everything.
But he still had to have
And
it.
finally, at the end, there's another last scene where he does it again, and he gets torn up for the last time, and he goes, I think I'm beginning to like this. Come on, that's funny.
He's into S&M and bestiality.
Yeah, but I mean. And then the Dr. Seuss stuff with the family taking out off several books of Dr. Seuss. You know, it's just I'm tired of it. I'm so exhausted from all this stuff. And what I hate most is the term cancel culture. That's being used too much.
I don't even know what it means anymore.
I don't know what it means anymore. They're using it for things it doesn't even mean any longer, you know? But I mean, I just am amazed at all the things that are going on, and I just go, you know, I'm 81 years old. I don't have that many more years to live. Please let me live them in peace. Let me live them with Pepe Le Pew, please, you know?
Don't you want to see the whole world collapse? It's coming.
It's coming.
You may make it.
I may make it. I may watch it happen, you know? And I go, geez almighty, you know? I mean, it's just, and I also think the thing that really bothers me is with the COVID is that I haven't been able to travel, you know, and at this time in my life, my wife and I would like to do some traveling.
Sure.
We'd like to go some places, and we can't. We're stuck here, even with our 2 shots now.
Yeah.
By the way, if you lived in New York, they just lowered the age to 60. So.
Does me no good.
Well, don't worry. You'll be getting yours within a couple of months, you know?
Either way, I've been exposed, so I'm not really that concerned.
Well, you know, you can get it again. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a. I don't think that there's an immunity you get from having it or being exposed to it. You know. But then again, you're of an age where you're probably healthy enough that you're not going to see any dire consequences from the whole thing.
As I say, it doesn't really matter to me because if it gets me and I die, I won't know.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you. Do you miss radio?
Not so much because I don't really consume it anymore. It's not the thing to go to anymore. When I get into the car, I don't turn the radio on. I put my Bluetooth on and go through my phone and get whatever I need.
Yeah.
Not just local stations, which are terrible down here.
Do you think radio's deluding itself into believing it still exists?
To some extent, yes.
Because I always likened it to a snake where you cut off the head, and because the rest of the body is still moving, it thinks it's alive.
That could be. Could be. No, I don't consume radio like that. And even, I think that even Sirius is making good moves in changing their strategies a little bit and acquiring Pandora. I think that was a great move for them. And I think that is the future of this medium, this audio medium, is streaming audio and what's called podcasts now.
Yeah, but
there's no need.
Yeah,
there's no need for anything else.
You want to know what the problem is with podcasting, though? I mean, I find I'm getting less of an audience lately because there's just so much of it out there.
That's the problem. Yeah.
There's so much of it out there that for anybody to make noise, they've got to do something extraordinary to get that noise. They got to be associated with somebody like CBS, who then goes on their various platforms and advertises the podcast. You know,
well, that will happen. That will happen, and I think maybe big radio company. Well, how many big radio companies are there? There's just one, really, iHeartRadio. I think they're starting to grasp that and starting to embrace podcasting in a big way, more so even than their local stations. I hear people on the local stations down here that I worked with in New York. This is how bad the radio thing is, and it doesn't need to exist really anymore like that. You can get music anywhere you want. Most of us have it in our phone, and if you want to listen to something good, then there are podcasts that are exceptional to listen to. Yeah. Absolutely exceptional.
Yeah.
And those will rise to the top.
Well, sometimes. I mean, it depends on if they get the publicity and they have the promotion and they have the money for the promotion and so on and so forth. But there are so many podcasts. What did I see? Something like, I don't know, 20 million podcasts out there? Some incredible amount. And I'm going, geez, I remember when I was the only guy doing a podcast.
But you have different ways to access that and to be told about it. The whole thing when you go onto a media site, this whole thing where you get the strip on the bottom or the strip on the side that says recommended for you. I think that's great. I think that's a really good feature, which nobody had in radio. What did we have in radio? Alex Bennett would be talking about the guy that's on after him, or the guy that's on in the morning, the next morning, or whatever it is. And that was the only real cross promotion or recommendation you got. And I think that will change the way things happen, and the bad ones will suffer in the end.
I like Gabnet.
Gabnet is what exactly?
Yeah, right. What is it exactly? I'm beginning to forget.
I think there's a guy in the building behind you who's going to jump.
I'm getting so frustrated with it. I'm thinking about stopping it. I mean, I'm that frustrated. How do I get an audience? How do I go out there?
I told you this many times. You give them too much. Don't give them that much. Give them once a week.
Once a week. Yeah.
Give them once a week, 2 hours maybe. 1 hour is fine. How long is a podcast? Usually it's once a week, 30 minutes.
Yep.
People don't consume entertainment the same way they did.
You could be right. I maybe should do it shorter or not as much. Maybe once a week on Friday nights.
Yeah.
That may be the way to go. I mean, who knows if anybody will even listen then? Maybe I'll still get the same amount of listeners. Who knows?
No, I think you'll get more listeners. I think you get more listeners because they have the week to take in that podcast.
Right.
And they don't have to listen to it live, but they can.
That little Monday thing we do at 4:00 gets more listeners than any single thing we do.
Well, it's convenient. That's the great thing about that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should just do that.
Well, you see, if I did that, I would probably just do it once a week, because if I did it 4 or 5 times a week, everybody would be spoiled.
That's what
Take
I'm telling you.
Take it for granted. Yeah. I'm coming to you for advice now. See, you're
coming to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
This is not the guy for advice.
So, what's your daily life like? We're doing this at 11:30 in the morning. What are you going to do for the rest of the day? Like, it's nighttime where I am, and it's daytime where you are.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Well, I get up at 10:30, 11 o'clock. I go to sleep at 9:30 with my wife. We like two old people with books in our hands.
Yeah.
Occasionally the TV is on, and the rest of the time it's filled with looking things up, watching things, reading. That's it.
Well, here's an average evening with my wife and I, although I do the show at 10:30, but before we go to bed, this is the average night in lying in bed watching TV. Did you fart?
Well, it's not. We don't have that problem because ours are very explosive and
obvious. And obvious. Yeah.
As they call in the fireworks business, it's with report.
Yeah. Well, what I like about her farting is she farts, and then I smell it, and then I go, "Did you fart?" And she goes, "Yeah, I guess I did." And then she gets the spray and sprays, and I'm thinking, did she really think she was going to get away with it? She never does.
This was why it was necessary for me to come on the show today.
To talk about farting, yeah. Yeah.
And when there's much more important stuff that we, that's going on in the world that we haven't even touched on yet. The whole Piers Morgan thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe that I have to hear that name again in my lifetime. Who cares?
When he walked off, I'm sitting there and yelling at the screen. Yeah, go back to CNN.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Walk off. Who cares? I don't care about the royal family. I don't care about any of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, listen, we knew they were a bunch of entitled pieces of shit.
Well, that's true, but maybe not this Harry and Meghan. Maybe they're decent people.
Oh, they sound like they're decent people.
Yeah.
They sound like they cared more about their sanity and their family than they did about being a member of the royal family. Plus, he was never going to be king anyway, so he had no investment in any of this.
Well, they call one of them the heir, and the other one is the spare.
The spare. Yeah. But if
that's a good life.
But let's say William dies. Let's just say he dies. Harry doesn't become president. I was going to say
kid.
king. Yeah, his kid does. So Harry had nothing to lose by leaving, except that he lost his protection, and he lost probably his salary. Yeah.
I don't think he really cares about that because he can support himself in other ways, being part of that royal family background.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we've run out of time. We've talked about farting.
Yeah.
And we talked about, what else did we talk about? We talked about COVID. We talked about Meghan and Harry. We talked about
important
about your cat.
Yeah.
You know. So.
And I still think if you look behind it in the building behind you, there's a guy that's trying to jump from the window.
Right
you
there.
Better watch.
Right there. You see him?
Yes, right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh. Jump.
You know, I love this green screen. It's the one thing I bought that I have a good time with.
Is it a big screen behind you?
Oh, yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's big. And it comes down easy, too. Let me show you what
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Watch this, folks.
I was thinking of getting one, but...
Watch this. I just push down on the top, and then this comes down.
Oh.
See?
I like that.
See? I just pull it right back up.
So cool? You're just at the point of life where you're just throwing money away. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
Let me get this. Toys. It's all about toys.
Right. All $150 of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, is that how much it costs?
Yeah.
I gotta get one.
We got to do this more often. I really enjoy this. You know.
All you have to do is send that one-word text to me. When.
Okay, I will do that.
We'll get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my former producer and emotionally my producer for life, Albert Reynoso. Thank you, Albert.
Thank you for having me.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's, of course, Albert Reynoso. It's an old interview that we ran a while back. And I thought we'd run it again tonight because I'm lazy. So's the audience. I've only got one person waiting to come on here, and fortunately, at least, it's a guy who very seldom comes on our show. So there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Botticer. Hello, Scott. How are you?
Thanks. What's going on?
Yeah, it's just you.
Where is everybody?
I don't know.
I wasn't going to talk to anybody.
I don't know. You know, when you call, you just sit there and don't say much of anything.
I just listen. I just
tonight,
like to listen to
tonight,
everybody.
If you don't say anything, we got trouble.
Got trouble?
Yeah, well, I mean, we haven't got anybody calling.
Oh, okay. Well,
can you tell me, why do I keep doing this?
Doing what?
This.
The show.
Yeah.
The show in general.
Why do I keep doing it? People don't call. Why am I doing it?
It's in your blood, man. You can't get it out of your blood.
It's like if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, is there a sound? You know, it technically that old conundrum.
I don't think there is because now there probably is. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to research it.
Yeah.
There's.
And here comes Charlie Wallace too. Well, it's starting to fill up a little bit.
All right, I was getting panicky there. One time we did a show, just you and me, and it was really stressful for me.
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 years ago.
Hold on a second, Jeff. You got to kick. Oh, it was you? It was you?
Yeah, I was in the waiting room. When did you kick me out?
I didn't kick you out.
Somebody kicked me out. I was in the waiting room.
Earlier on. You know what happened? Here's what happened. See, I mean, this is. Wait a minute, just lost Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh. See, we lose him while we're doing it. No, what happened is I do a thing to try and clear out the system a little bit and get more memory in the cache. And I did it, and everything froze up, right? And so I had to reboot what do you call it? The Zoom. And also the thing that, does the pictures and stuff here. Oh. So I had to do that. And when I did that, you got kicked off.
Okay.
Please don't take it personally.
I take it personally.
Yeah. So.
I'm going to block my video for a few minutes because I'm eating an ice cream. You don't like me eating ice cream.
And keep it blocked too, would you?
All you had to do was wait until you finished eating.
Well, he was bitching that he had to talk to Scott only. And, I understand that.
I wouldn't want to talk to Scott either.
No, I like talking to Scott. I like Scott a lot.
Oh, well, thank you.
But
okay, so there's one person other than maybe his wife.
Yeah. So anyway, I have angst tonight. We got a you've heard this trouble I've been having with the getting a new refrigerator. Because we couldn't get one that would fit in the elevator. So we found one that just fits by about a half an inch. Okay? We hope. And I imagine, and they have to take the doors off the refrigerator, but I hear that's no big deal. They're used to doing that to get something into the house. What happened to
Jeff again?
What happened to Jeff again? We just keep losing him.
He's in Florida. He's got the COVID.
No, I don't. Oh yeah, he is in Florida, isn't he?
His computer has a virus.
And we have Alan's blank because he doesn't want to be eating ice cream. He didn't have to eat ice cream. He could have just come on here or waited till he was finished with the ice cream to come on here. But anyway, so tomorrow it's supposed to come, and I'm worried. I go through this angst about they won't be able to get it up here, but they're used to squeezing this stuff into tight elevators and things like that. That's what they do for a living. But then we got to get the one we got here out, and our super said, well, if need be, it'll just be in the on the landing for a week or so until he can figure out how to chop the thing up and get it into an elevator.
Still haven't figured out how they got it up there. Right?
Well, it's kind of like, listen, I used to know somebody. When I first came here, this apartment, the person had a grand piano.
Oh.
Now my question is, how do they get it here?
Yeah.
To begin with, sure, they could have hauled it up over the side of the building, but the windows aren't big enough to accommodate a grand piano.
Right.
What I figure they do is I think grand pianos come apart.
You can take the legs off, maybe.
Take the legs off. You did, I don't know, and then you somehow
a whole
get
lot else.
But how they did it, I had no idea. When we were gone, when we took over the apartment, they were gone. So was the piano. So, But anyway, so I'm worried about that for tomorrow. We had to settle for a Whirlpool instead of a Samsung or an LG. And I would have liked the LG because they look cool. But, what the hell?
Has it got Wi-Fi in it?
No.
Oh.
Well, I can't figure out. Wait a minute. What do you mean, oh, man? Hold on a second.
Everything's got Wi-Fi in it. Why would you buy something that didn't have Wi-Fi in it?
Because, number one, I'm going to ask you the very important question. What could a refrigerator possibly do with Wi-Fi?
I don't know, but the one we had Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The one that my ex and I had.
Yeah, and what did you do with the Wi-Fi?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Did it tell you that it was running and the temperature was such and such inside?
Yeah, it would give you all that information, but I didn't give a crap.
I don't care. I put my head in there, and if it's cold, it's cold. We lost Jeff again.
What was that gal that was on Monday's show? She kept coming on, and I thought it was the new Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Lenore, LV something. Her last name was... Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. But
anyway, so I have this whole angst. They're not going to be able to get it in. We're not going to be able to get the old one out. I'm sure it'd be fine. They told me here.
Let's go take a walk while they do this.
Well, yeah. Well, also I got to get our guy up to take the refrigerator out of the because we had the refrigerator. We had him to pull it out, undo the water. Because it has to be ready to go, all right?
An ice maker for the water in the door.
Yeah. So he undid all that. And then we put the refrigerator on the other side of the room so that when the new one gets installed, we can simply take the stuff out of one and put it into another. Because if we don't do that, the food's going to go bad. So, So I want to... See, Who was the guy that did the show Swimming to Cambodia? I'm trying to remember his name now.
Oh, Jacobson.
Yeah, I seem to. I'll remember the name shortly.
Jorgensen.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it popped up and said, "People you may know" on my Facebook.
Just type in "swimming to Cambodia," see what comes up. Anyway, and give me his initials, and I'll immediately be able to tell you his name. But anyway, I said to him that whenever I was ready to go on a vacation, I would get all upset and everything in trying to figure out what I was going to do. You know, if I was going to be able to make this train, to make this train, to make that train, I had to go from Paris to will I make the train on time? And I had always had this angst. And he said, so do I. Happens all the time. And I went, well, I wonder why I do that. And he says, I know why I do it. He says, the same reason you do it. You're a control freak. What you want to do is you want to plan on everything that could possibly go wrong.
Wrong, right?
Okay? And then when it doesn't, if it does, there are no surprises. And if it doesn't, everything's fine. But
Roche, the
I,
drug company, came out with a pill to solve that problem. It's called Valium.
It's called Valium. Yeah. Well, anyway, that doesn't solve it for me. Okay. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing now is I'm looking for everything that could possibly go wrong. I've got a tape measure out. I'm measuring all the doors. Hey, this door is too big for it to get through, and Marjorie just says, "Don't worry, our fix-up guy, our super, he will know how to get that out of here." Okay, and so anyway, it's because we don't hire them to take it away. Because we can pay $30 and then we get a haul away service, and that's fun.
Do that. It seems like less of a hassle.
You know why I don't do it? Because our super wants the refrigerator.
And what's going to happen in a week when he says, I don't know how to get it out of here?
Well, he said if worse comes to worse, he'll chop it in half. But and I'm sure he has the equipment downstairs to do it with. But what he said is that he was saying, oh no, I'll take it off your hands. Well, the reason he takes it off our hands is he turns around and he sells it to a junk dealer who gives him a few bucks for it. And my feeling is, for all the nice things he does for us, it's great, and I don't mind if he makes the money. So rather than have somebody else haul it away and have them scrap it, in fact, probably PC Richards makes a few bucks. All right.
They probably do.
Yeah. I'd rather he get it. So that's why I save it for him.
So why are you buying a new fridge? Is this one just old or just not working right, or ice maker's busted? What?
Try 18 years.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Mine's about 18 now.
Yeah,
well, mine's 20 years old. It runs fine.
The gasket around the door is going, and the door is lost a little thing, so the door doesn't stay open now. And the ice maker went, okay. And I tried to fix the ice maker, and I got it working for a short time, and then it stopped because I think the pump went bad. Okay.
My ice maker, it leaks. So it makes ice, but then it like leaks out of one side of it, and it makes these blocks of ice in the tray. It's really annoying.
So anyway,
I just busted up with a hammer and I got ice. So
and Marjorie decided we got a new stove. Let's get a new refrigerator.
What brand ice maker do you have there, Scott?
What do you mean, what brand ice maker? He doesn't have an ice maker. He has a refrigerator.
It's a Kenmore. It's a Kenmore fridge.
Yeah. Oh. And this is the one we got as a Whirlpool.
Yeah, the two. Well, same thing. So the.
What do you mean, same thing?
It is. It's Kenmore.
One starts with a W and one starts with a K. What do you mean?
Right, but
same
Whirlpool
thing?
builds Kenmore.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really?
Whirlpool builds about every refrigerator in the world now.
Absolutely.
LGs and Samsung.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. U.S. wise, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. In the United States, they own just about every brand name now.
They bought the Amana factory in Iowa, even. and changed. Yeah, I think they still make them out of refrigerators.
If you're leaking at one end, try leveling it. Maybe the level is off.
No, it's. I think it's just cracked. I can't stick my head in there.
When I was getting really
2 screws and it comes out.
What I did is I actually got a whole new ice maker and put it in.
Yeah,
which
I thought about it.
I was very proud of myself. It's really a pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah, I've done it before on another fridge. Yeah.
And for a while it was working. It was making me tons of ice. I was saying to Marjorie, "Look, ice, tons of ice," you know. And then one day it stopped making the ice. The water wasn't coming through, and I assume what happened is the pump is at the bottom, and then it pushes it up through this thing. Anyway, because when he pulled it out today, there was water in the pipe, so it meant that there was water coming through. But it wasn't going. It wasn't circulating. The pump wasn't circulating or something. Anyway, it's old. Okay.
There's no pump.
I don't think there is a pump in there, Alex.
No. So Alex, the water comes in a 1/4 inch into a solenoid operated device. The ice maker says it's empty. Sends electricity to the solenoid. It opens up, runs the water up the back of the refrigerator.
Okay, so the solenoid probably is gone. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Whatever. I said pump because what do I know? I'm a Jew. Okay.
I'm a Jew and I know how to fix it.
Well,
it's not a car. They don't have water pumps.
Well, anyway. Right. Well, listen. You know, my father once replaced an entire toilet, and then he invited everybody over to see it.
to use it. Yes.
Yeah, you know, look at what I did. Because when you're a Jew and you accomplish something like that, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually very, very easy to do, but
yes,
I refuse to do it because it stinks.
Yeah. Anyway, so when I did the ice thing, I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a Gentile wouldn't be proud. They just say, "Hey, I did it. I'm a man." You know, but Jews very proud when they accomplish anything like that.
I was proud that my daughter replaced her toilet, so that's pretty damn good. I thought.
You called the plumber, or she actually did?
No, she actually took it off and reseated it with a new ring and everything.
Wow, with a new wax ring without your help, and it worked?
Oh yeah, not at all. And her boyfriend is useless. I mean.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, no, she's pretty handy, I guess.
Her boyfriend is useless?
Well, he must be good for something.
I see. Do you like the boyfriend?
I like him very much. Yes,
oh, okay. All right.
So he is good for something.
I call him my future son-in-law, but not to his face.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to like him, because if your daughter loves him or is crazy about him, you don't want to piss off your daughter.
Nope. Oh, no. Yeah, that's not a
Did
fact.
they ever bring somebody home you hated?
I've been lucky so far.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm two out of three. The third one, she's never brought a boy by, so I'm a little. That's fine too. I got no problem with that. You know, it's life's little joys.
What I did once, I had this woman I knew. We were just friends, you know, and we're driving down the highway. This is I think in New York years ago. And she says to me, "I have something to tell you." I said, "What?" She says, "I'm a lesbian." And at the top of my voice, I look over and go, "You're a dyke?" Yeah. Which reminds me of another funny story. My mother was visiting me. Now, the worst thing, how many here have ever had a mother come and visit them?
I lived with her my whole life. So
Tony,
I got you topped.
My mother comes and visits to use the bathroom on her way from point A to point B.
I like the mother story. Tell her the mother story. Actually, what happened this time?
No, my mother came to visit. And,
yeah, in New York, right?
And that meant to me that I wasn't going to get laid for about 3 weeks. You know, because I don't want to do that to Mom. Mm-hmm. And then I finally decided, well, the hell with it. You know, I mean, I have to go on living my life even though she's here. So
were
she,
you like 40 years old or something? How old were you?
no, I think I was 50 at the time, something like that.
Not that long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, maybe I wasn't 50. I was in my 40s. Excuse me, early
Okay,
40s.
yeah, okay.
Early 40s. Okay. So anyway, I bring over this series of women, and they come and stay the night. You know, and finally at the end of her stay there, she says, "You know what you've become?" I said, "What?" She says, "A roue."
A roue?
Now that was a 30s term meaning.
What does that mean? Like a swinger?
A man of the boulevard.
Like prestigious. Is that good or bad,
A
Alex?
man of the boulevard. And I said, well, she says, you know, she says, this is not the son I raised where you have this many girlfriends, you know.
You got worried. Oh, she was insulted.
And I said, well, Mom, do you have any of them that you particularly don't like? And she says, I don't like that Barbara.
Oh.
And I said, okay, but is there one that you do like? And she says, I really like that Rhoda. She's very nice. I said, okay, do you know what Barbara does for a living? She says, no. I said, she's a graphic artist and does book covers for novels.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And she's also married. She's also the niece of the couple who wrote The Way We Were, Alan and Marilyn Bergman.
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah.
I cry at the end.
I said, so she, that has nothing to do with this story.
I know, it's a good ending. Marvel had the kid. I know. It's such a
so anyway, and I said, so she has a very good background. Oh, okay. I said, do you know what Rhoda does for a living? She says, no. She's a porn actress.
What did she say? Oh my God.
I said, you really got taste, Mom. You really know how to pick up.
And
I think I had to put a stick in her mouth to keep her from swallowing her tongue. I mean, you know. I said, yeah, she has sex on film for money. And Mom left the next day, I think. And I never saw her again. No.
Oh, no.
But I love that. She was such a great judge of people. I mean, by the way, Rhoda was a terrific person, you know. So what if she was a porn star?
Oh, she's probably very nice. Yeah, very friendly.
And so
she was honest with her. She told her what she did. She could have said she was an actress or something.
Yeah, she's in Broadway. Yeah, yeah, in a live sex show she's on Broadway. You know, but Barbara, you know, very very good upbringing. You know, I went over to her house one day. She had what'd she have? She had something really wrong with her, and she had to be kind of bedridden for a month. So I went out to Long Island to see her. Mm-hmm. And she says to me, she says, yeah, I have nothing to do here. So I've been going through love letters from my father to my mother.
Oh.
And she said, look what I found. And I found this love letter. And it was the letter he wrote to her asking her if she would marry him. And it said, what are you doing the rest of your life? She says, my aunt and uncle saw that letter and stole it. Because there was a song, what are you doing the rest of your life?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
it's a good line.
Yeah. And then in a moment of great class, I said, well, I have to go. And she says, well, make sure you have the maid let you out. Well, I'm a fancy guy. I don't let maids let me out. I'm not, you know, I mean, come on. I don't want to have somebody feel subservient to me. I'm a hippie with hair down to here, and I'm not. And so I open up the door, and every alarm in the neighborhood goes off. And within 2 seconds, the cops are there.
Really? Oh, what do you don't live around here?
Yeah. I said, well, maybe I should have asked her to open the door for me, you know, because she knew where the alarm was. Some tales from my life.
You ready for some more coffee, Tony? Did you finish?
Actually, I have my pot downstairs. I have to run downstairs for it.
Don't do it.
I was watching cartoons.
What is your T-shirt to say today? IT?
I'm just in it for the cash.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one.
God, you are just terrific with the T-shirts.
This actually came during the pop-up on Monday.
You're better than Sheldon on Big Bang Theory when it comes to T-shirts.
He has to have a long sleeve T-shirt on underneath, though, to be Sheldon.
Oh yeah, right. And it's usually the Flash. He loved the Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But anyway, so what was happening? What's in the news? Oh yeah, Trump has to turn over his private papers or whatever.
Yeah. January 6th papers.
January
At the
6th.
archive, he doesn't even have them. I mean, he can't stop it, I don't think.
Well, no, he can't stop it, but I mean, he tried to stop them from being released. The committee
He tried to stop it with the
Several times.
Well, I think as a president, you can say, okay, well, this is going to the National Archives like it has to, but they can't let it out to anybody for like 100 years or something, you know. Unless you say, go ahead, I don't mind. You know, I'm sure Obama says anything you want to read, go in and read it, you know. Usually they wind up putting those papers in a library of their own, you know, so. But anyway, now they're asking his daughter to testify. So it's you know, it's not making him too happy. Good.
Lock them all up.
Huh?
Lock them all up.
You know, if we were going to lock him up, we'd already be starting the trial by now. I don't think anything's going to happen.
It ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen. You know, we just saber rattle and, you know, we didn't like him and, you know, we're still investigating him. You just wait till we get stuff on him. And then we never do, you know.
Right. No balls.
It's a waste of time.
Yep.
And so
it's like the Mueller report all over again, you know? Nothing.
Yeah. The Mueller report was which one? I keep forgetting one from another. Was that Clinton?
No. That was Trump. Trump and the.
Trump. Of course, it was Trump.
And in Ukraine or whatever, not Ukraine, but Ukraine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
threatening the.
And the Mueller report didn't prove anything. Whoops! I have to take that out of the picture. Yeah. You know.
It proved there were at least 10 cases of where he obstructed justice. And
yeah. But
nobody's acting on it though.
Can't do it to a sitting president, and you apparently can't do it to a non-sitting former president.
Well, what you can get him on, you're going to be rather hard pressed to get him on something he did while he was in office, unless it's a real malfeasance of office. Like, you know, he was making money off of people going to the men's room at the White House or something.
That'd be good.
Well, I'm sure he was.
I'm sure he was too. He's making money off of people going overseas and visiting all his resorts and stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, the point is that the civil stuff, on the other hand, is a different story altogether. Because a sitting president can even be held responsible for that, I believe. Because it's nothing that happened while he's in office. What were you going to say, Scott?
I was going to say, well, they did get Clinton to testify on that one sexual harassment case he had from Arkansas while he was president. But he was a sitting president, but he didn't. I believe he did it when he was the governor. I think.
Yes, you're right. And I think he could be held to account for that. Yeah. I wonder, can you be, if you're president and you hit on somebody in your office, can you be charged with something even though you're the president?
Sexual harassment?
Yeah.
Ask Cuomo. I don't know. He might know.
Oh, Cuomo's a good, well, yeah, but he's not a president.
Well, he's close in the same field.
If the president's Democrat, I'm sure the Republicans say, he could be charged with something.
Yeah, well, Cuomo's...
Only Republicans that can't be charged with something.
God, I wish Cuomo were back in office. Boy, we could sure use him now. It's sad. But anyway, and let's see, what else did I see was happening on the news? Let's see, a reporter down in South Carolina, was it? Got hit by a car while she was doing a stand-up report. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh.
Did you see it, Scott?
No. Sounds painful.
Just go online. It's got to be there.
Is she dead? Did she survive?
No. She got hit by the car, knocked to the ground, got right back up and finished her report.
That's a pro.
Yeah, everybody's saying the business, what a pro, you know. She didn't give up. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me see here. That was news. What else was news? I have this great fear of death and things like that. And I've been mulling a lot of things over about life and, you know, where we go after death.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to think that there is no world before I was born and there's no world after I'm gone. That whatever time we live in is a time frame that we, you know, you get what I'm trying to say here? You know, that it's all an illusion, but it exists for the time we're here.
Wow.
Isn't that profound?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The fact that I'm dreaming about you saying that is really profound.
Why me saying that? Because I thought you were a moron? What?
No, because you said that this was all a dream in you. It was all, you know, something that you made up or whatever. And I was saying, well, sure.
Well, I mean, it just, when I look back on it, it's like some kind of ongoing dream, you know?
Yeah. Could be.
It's like a world that probably pops up as I think about it, you know?
The world only exists when you were alive.
That's right. That's right. After I'm gone, the world no longer exists.
Right.
So I'm not going to miss anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll miss you, though.
Oh, well, I'm sure you will. And you can. I'm sure if I keep doing this show long enough, one day you'll come on here and it'll be like, well, we won't even have a show. There'll be no show. In fact, there'll be no world. You just all disappear. All of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll all be gone.
I said something profound the other day. To Will Durst on the phone. And I said to Will that he said, how have you been lately? And I said, you know, every bone in my body aches. You know, I've got neuropathy. I've got the results of whatever we did to my prostate, you know. I said, it's all, as you get older, you just got all these little aches and pains. I said, but you know something? What it becomes is the new normal. It becomes, you have to accept it as normalcy. You can't regret it because you can't run like you used to, or screw like you used to, or whatever, you know. And I said, the same thing probably is true of you. You may never get the use of your leg back again. So you just adjust to that. That's the new reality, and you get on with your life. And I thought that was very profound of me.
You know, I was going to say,
Shut up, Tony. What? No,
no, you know why? Because when I'm not trying to make it about me, but that's something what you said kind of made me think about what I was thinking about. When I was in the doctor,
made you think about what you were thinking about.
It came to my mind that when I was in the doctor's office, I was getting, you know, I get nervous with doctors, always did. But then I say to myself, I was accepting, like when you're in the room waiting, like I'm getting old. It's like I kind of got depressed about it. I'll tell you the truth.
How old are you, Tony?
I'll be 53 this year.
Fuck you.
Yeah, really.
No, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, you get worried, like what's
fuck
going to be.
you from Charlie and a big fuck you from Jeff and.
But I think
Scott.
it's like, you know,
53.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I always felt like I was an old soul. But I mean, as you get older, it's like I'm not 23 anymore. Like I can't.
No, you're 53.
I know. Like I used to go to
profound. That's
I
profound.
know.
Don't look a day after older than 60, so you're okay.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
you're right. Though. I don't know. It sucks getting old because.
No,
I don't know. It's like you look at.
I'm saying it sucks getting old, but and Jeff will probably agree with me on this too. But that what you should do is really just accept that this.
That's probably what I had a hard time doing, accepting. You know what it is? Everybody.
Will you let me finish my thought, Tony?
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh God, use those. That coffee is a suppository, okay?
I had a cup before coming on.
Jesus, have you ever heard of coffee enemas? They're very good.
Good.
This is what it looks like.
Good.
You know,
Tony Magno, the coffee enema expert.
That's my vice.
Yeah. But anyway,
My name on it.
yeah.
I heard it's a good laxative too.
By the way, are you Brian? Are you still eating the keto bars?
Oh, yeah. I just had one tonight. Yeah, we went to Costco on the weekend, and I got a box, and actually Simon got a box too.
Well, you see, the reason we're keeping the refrigerator there is I don't want my keto bars to melt, so we have to get from one refrigerator to another.
Like Simon's not really fat. What does he need keto bars for?
He's so skinny, and then he shows me his report card with an A in weightlifting, and I said, "That's an A for weightlifting, you guys." That's our joke here.
What do you get? How do you get an A in weightlifting?
Participation.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because I remember when I went to college, you had to take a sport.
Yeah.
Right? And as you know me, I'm not really
Mr. Athletic.
Nobody ever called me Sporty Spice. I mean, come on, I'm not sporty. So what did I take? What, anybody want to guess what I took
let me
for
guess.
my sport? Huh?
Swimming.
I was going to say what I took.
Tennis.
No.
No.
That's wait a minute. That takes too much exercise.
Wait a minute.
Bingo. Botticer took bowling.
Bowling.
Oh, I like bowling.
And I took bowling.
I took bowling. Yeah.
You know why? Because they said all you have to do is do like 30 frames in a season and you get an A.
Yeah.
So I went and did 30 frames. I didn't mind bowling.
Yeah.
Because I didn't consider it any kind of exercise. I considered it a skill.
Yeah. We could drink beer while we did it.
But I mean, I could do gutter balls for, and I had to do like 2 sets a day or whatever. What do they call them? Frames. Two frames is sitting, and I had to do like 30 frames in the whole seat. That was it. And
So you didn't have to get good at it, though.
I didn't know.
You didn't have to learn how to keep score. You had to learn how to keep score, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the tough part in bowling.
Which I don't remember now. Yeah. Because the top score you can get is a perfect 300.
Right.
Yeah.
12 strikes.
12 strikes, yeah. Yeah. And
Nobody's ever gotten.
Oh, lots of people.
Yeah.
Okay, how high?
What's
the highest you think I ever bowled? Anybody?
What's
the highest?
105.
105.
Cocaine and weed.
No.
Is that the highest?
I think I remember me doing 270.
Whoa.
270?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good.
What'd you have? Somebody help you?
A lot of beers.
That's like 10 strikes in a row.
I just had people not watching.
I got 10 strikes in a row once.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, one time, and the rest of the time I was in the high, mid hundreds, 150, 170, something like that.
I've done 3 strikes in a row at the end, right? That's a turkey.
Yeah.
3 strikes in a row.
10 in a row is a turkey. I don't know what 10 in a row is. It's like a longhorn. I don't know.
I don't think they ever gave it a name.
Yeah, but I don't think many people have done 300 in history, have they?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People that have bowled them on TV during matches on TV.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little girls have, women can even get 300. Yeah.
If somebody that's non-pro like Alex could do 270, other people should be able to do 300.
Well, no, but I mean, I did 270 as a fluke. I just went, what did I just do?
Oh, yeah.
Did I do 270? I think
You're
so.
really thinking of 170.
No, it was in the 2s. That I do remember.
Yeah. All he has to do is, get lucky and you hit a bunch of strikes in a row.
But that's what
What do you think, Jeff?
But that's what I took in
It's amazing.
What? What's amazing?
The numbers that you're talking about, those are incredibly high.
Yeah. That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not golf, it's bowling, Jeff.
Well,
I understand what it is.
I was very good at miniature golf too.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a point in my life where I got obsessed with miniature golf. Boy, some windmills really had to take my wrath.
Wow.
You know. But no, what happened is if on any miniature golf course, if you know the course, if somebody tells you the course, you can do incredibly well.
Oh, yeah.
Because you hit that specific point there, and the ball will go over to this point here, and then it will go through the windmill or whatever. And so once you played a miniature golf course any number of times, you pretty well got it figured out.
Yeah.
And you got to go to another one so at least it can be interesting. Yeah.
I've been to 2 miniature golf courses, and both of them I broke car windows.
Mm.
Really?
Nice.
Good.
I gave up miniature golf.
Oh no, that's 10 points right there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
I was a long ways from the, you get this fit, but never mind.
So
the parking lot was a distance away.
So
You're
anyway,
only supposed to putt like 10 feet in miniature golf.
Brian, we haven't seen much of Adrian lately. Is she
She's well, our house is like we're doing all this construction everywhere. So, and then Tiffany's been staying home this week. COVID's going through their department, so she's working from home this week. So my office, my nice office, is ruins because of her.
Really?
She has extra keyboards everywhere, mouse.
The wedding is off.
Right.
And then she leaves her food everywhere.
Oh no!
Wait a minute.
I was gonna say somebody's gonna be sleeping on the couch.
You're supposed
Maybe
to.
sleeping in here. Oh, and then because my chair, she put her chair in here. Oh my god.
Oh.
And our house is like, they just tore up our stairs, and now they tore up all down here. They put the new doors in, and oh my god. So our house is like, I can't wait. I know people hate renovations in their house, and now I know why.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else is good.
And now the minute you decide to marry this woman, you start complaining about her. Is that what this is all
really.
about?
And then you know what? No.
So the latest thing that we have going here as our running gag in the house is I said to Marjorie, she always, whenever she would fart, she would spray.
God, doesn't that make a mess?
Oh.
Not her pants.
She's not in heat, okay? Anyway.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that type of spray. Never mind.
Anyway. So I finally said to her, you don't have to spray anymore because that orange spray is it's more disgusting than the fart itself.
Fart and orange spray comes out.
You get orange mixed with fart. That's really what happens. Anyway, I said, you don't have to. And I said, the reason you don't have to is
Orange.
I love you so much that I think of your gas as ambrosia.
Oh.
I said, that's how much I love you. You don't have to spray any longer. And by the way, I will spray because, again, I love you. Okay? So now every time she farts, I turn my head away, put my hand over my face and go, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Oh God.
She has all her paperwork from work.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Oh,
all over the place.
Well, Marjorie works right over here. Although it looks like my living room, it really isn't. It's this. Anyway. But Marjorie has over there, but she has, it's her place to have her office. Except she starts using my chair over there to put all her papers on. So if I have to sit there and work on the other computer, which serves out the programs out to the rest of the world, I have to sit on her work. It's horrible. It's terrible.
Does it smell like her farts? Or what?
No.
That's her desk over there that I've had there for like a year, and she's never used it till now. And then she likes my whole setup. So then she worked here one day, and then everything was here.
Now, do you have 2 monitors?
No. No, because she has her laptop, but she never works from home, and now because of the, everything's spreading around our company right now, so she's working from home this week, and yeah, it's just a mess.
In this room, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors, and then I have 2 monitors in the other room.
Yeah, I got to get her monitor and get her stuff over there.
Yeah, but it's it's been pretty good. But anyway, she's been working a lot from home while COVID's been going on. Now she's starting to go back. She was thinking of going back. She was going to go back today, and then it started snowing here, and she went, "Screw that," I'm, listen, the other problem I'm thinking about here for a second is, as you know, we went through this whole thing, rigmarole with the apartment. So now my lawyer says we're going to sign the lease and we're going to send them checks. Okay? So he says, so make up one check for the 3 months rent that you haven't paid so far, because we made the deal saying would start the beginning of November. And then also send me another separate check as the deposit. Okay? Which all of this is going to break me, because 3 months rent and deposit comes to $2,000. This is laughable.
Didn't you pay a deposit when you first moved in?
Here? Yes, he owes it back to us, $4,200.
Oh, okay, got it.
That should take care of...
You think you'll ever see it?
Well, no, that'll take care of 9 months rent. Anyway, no, I'll see it. Because we owe him $75,000.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we better get it. Otherwise, we're going to send him a check for less than $75,000. But anyway, here's the point.
75,000.
So my lawyer goes. So I have a business manager. My business manager pays all my bills. When I have a rent check that has to go out, he cuts the rent check and sends it by bank wire to wherever the organization is that gets my money for the rent. Been doing this forever. My lawyer wants me to write a check. He says, I have to have it in your name. I said, we don't do business that way. Nobody does anymore. I mean, who writes checks anymore?
Right.
And I said, if you want me to write a check, come to my house and find them, because I don't know where they are anymore. And then when I write them out, you can't read anything I write because I can't write anymore.
Yeah, I got checks.
Yeah.
Why do you still have your business manager?
Because he was with me in the bad times, and I just continue to have him. And he was with me in the good times, and
The wealthy folks can afford.
and he's a
to do
close personal friend who I don't mind handling my money.
Okay.
And he does my taxes every year on top of it, and, so it's worth having. It's worth having. I find it, especially when there's a problem. He's there taking care of it, like this thing. So we were going back and forth with my lawyer about, I can't write you a check. Gary has to send one to you in one way or another. And so Gary's trying to figure out how to keep him happy. Oh, it was just a mess, just to say, hey, we just want to write the checks. And look, they shouldn't care who writes the check.
Exactly.
As long as they get a check.
I mean, if I had a benefactor, or I had a...
Yeah. Hey, there she is.
There she is.
He was just asking about you.
Yeah, I was asking how you were, Adrian.
She has dance on Tuesday night. She had it on Wednesday night. She had it tonight. She has it tomorrow night for rehearsal. Then Saturday she has auditions for singing, for all this stuff. And then she has competitions on Saturday night. And then she has more auditions for Sunday morning for this other dance crew. So
yeah,
she's a busy girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's getting to be a little adult. Well, not quite.
You like the rolling eyes.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
When did you suddenly become shy, Adrian?
Yeah, when are you shy, huh?
When did you become...
something?
Yeah, you can draw something.
No, can you? And I can color it.
Okay.
What'd she say?
She wants me to draw something and then she'll color it.
No, I see. Okay, is your drawing getting better, too?
Oh yeah.
Because I've got the stuff that she did when she was younger, and it was like stick figures, but everything was proportionate.
Yeah.
So
Ryan's about ready to go offline when she unplugs the computer over there.
Yes. She wants paper. You gonna draw something for Alex? Hello?
How's she becoming as an artist? Good? Is she?
Yeah. Oh man, see this chair? The chair just fell down. Her chair is terrible.
Yeah. Oh, I have a chair over here that I can't keep up. I'll sit there and all of a sudden it'll go.
Just go down.
Yeah.
No, yeah, her drawing's doing good. Yeah, and she does. Oh, Barry, go get your drawing from. Oh, we threw it away there. She does drawing. So every Thursday she does sharing day, and they have a letter, and then instead of presenting something, she draws it all the time.
What?
So.
What?
I see your drawing. Your LL doll.
Yeah.
Drawing. Where is it? Okay, we got it. Yeah. So she does these drawings, and if there's one that says "Wonderful Me" and all these stars, and then you're supposed to draw yourself. She draws herself with a crop top and her belly button showing.
So
because of her dancing, she loves crop tops, so she wears those all the time. She has her in the crop top. It's so funny.
Well, what does she want for her next birthday? A stripper pole?
No. That's what Chris Rock says. Keep her away from the pole. It's my only job.
Oh man, you are very lucky.
No, she's doing good. And then Stephanie's been doing drama classes right now, and has another play coming up and stuff like that. So yeah, so they're doing good.
And I didn't ask you this. Have you been married before?
Yeah, I was married and divorced. Yeah, married. We were together like 12 years.
Oh, really? That long?
But it was like my party time. I mean, yeah, we were a fun partying couple.
Yeah.
When marriage gets in your way of partying.
Did you have any kids by her?
No.
Oh.
Adrian's my one and only. Yep.
Oh, okay. So this has been a whole new experience for you.
Yeah, 48. I was 48 when I had her. So when I had her, I mean when Tiffany had her.
Okay, I've asked this question before, and I always get the same answer. I want to see if I get it out of you. How did things change once you became a father?
I went to less car shows at the beginning. Yeah, but I mean, the car shows and all that stuff really slowed down a lot of my social life.
Yeah.
But I was just waiting for her to get old enough, and now she's old enough, and she's the one that whenever I start sneaking out in the morning to go somewhere, she's up and at 'em and like, "What are you going? Where are you going?" So she always wants to go with me. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. Your son's not interested in the cars?
He does not like attention at all. So whenever I get mad, I go pick him up from school in the McLaren.
Because what I've always heard from people,
there's probably not a lot of McLarens in your neighborhood.
I missed my opportunity because we dropped him off on his first day of school, and all of the cheerleaders were lined up, and all the people were lined up with signs and welcome back, after COVID stuff. And I was like, you are so lucky I didn't have the McLaren.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody who has ever had kids has told me that the day they had a kid, all of a sudden their whole perspective about life changed in that it was no longer about them.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you had this responsibility for another human being, and all of a sudden your whole focus changes. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. Even Tiffany and I joke about it, but when her and I first started dating, one of the first times we went and got Stephanie from school, and all of a sudden, we picked up Stephanie from school, and they went in the back seat. And this is the first time I met Stephanie and Tiffany were in the back seat, and I was taking them home, and I was like this. I was like driving so careful because, oh my God, I have a kid in my car. It's like so bizarre.
Yeah.
And then you're like driving so careful, and now 90 miles an hour in there.
Your responsibility changes.
Oh yeah,
You're no longer
every second of the day. She needs somebody there for her.
Yeah, that's terrific.
So how many other kids in your son's school show up in a McLaren? Zero, I'll bet.
Zero.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a McLaren looks like.
Oh, he's
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shows
they're
on
nice.
the web on Facebook.
All over Facebook.
Yeah.
Doors go up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't go to Facebook pages because I can get infected from.
Did you ever watch? Was it Silicon Valley? Didn't they have that TV show on HBO? I think one of the
the
guys
guy had a McLaren. Yeah.
McLaren. Yeah. It was the rich billionaire guy that kept.
Didn't somebody take it out and total it or something?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can total a car on TV, and it's all
Well,
you're not really totaling it.
They might. I don't know.
Hobbs and the one of those Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Cobb and Hobbs or whatever that one was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have the McLaren at the beginning of the movie. They racing around in his.
Well, how rare are McLarens?
Oh, they're around. Yeah.
Now you bought a used one, right?
Yes. Yes.
How much would a brand new McLaren cost?
Million.
Well, they're going like 400 to the Senna's like 1.2, and Speedtail's like 4 million. They just sold one to Barrett Jackson for 3 million.
How old is yours?
2013.
Wow.
The perfect year.
So it's got to be worth something in that range, right?
But all the cars are going up in value or up in price right now. I think there's a lot of money now because of COVID.
Yeah.
So like Barrett Jackson was going crazy that the prices they were getting, and I think you have all this money here, and now when you have COVID and all this other money comes into play, all these new people have money and they start buying stupid stuff. So.
Yeah. So I mean,
I guess that's like me.
Well, how long ago did you buy this?
Oh, it's like 6 months ago, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's all over.
You missed all of that when he was doing that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so welled up in my own stuff that I.
Yeah, the bigger thing is we're working on the house. So my friend's a contractor, a really good contractor. So we started with the kitchen, and now it's been like every single room is a room by room and outside, and it's crazy. So, yeah. So
Wow.
half the stuff's torn up, and
Yeah.
then in the middle of it, all the prices went crazy with wood,
Yeah, the
construction stuff.
skyrocketed.
To get the doors, he had to.
Oh,
I know the price of wood has gone up because hookers charge more now. See, the price of wood has gone up. Okay. Well.
It wasn't that funny, Charlie.
Charlie laughs at everything. He laughs at Irv's jokes.
What I do is I don't play to the room. I play to Charlie.
I told you, Bob Saget loved me. He loved me in the audience.
They're paying you to come to his shows.
Oh boy. So where are you? You're still in Florida, right, Jeff?
I sure am.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is the strangest world.
Yeah.
Where in Florida?
Nobody.
Too many Jews for you?
It's not even that. It's just nobody has a mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't
God.
exist.
Oh, yeah.
Even the old people?
Yep.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, in Lodi, it's about 2 hours away from here in Center, California. The same thing. They have all the mask signs on the door say wear them, and people aren't wearing them. It's so bizarre.
And they wonder why the COVID rate is so high in the Central Valley.
Biden's fault.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
You know, Scott, you gotta come call the show more often because you're
I've
funny.
enjoyed it.
You're
I
funny.
do need to. Otherwise, I fall asleep and I miss Jack's shows.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. But what you can do is you can come on here, rehearse all the stuff you're going to do on Jack's show. Before
Well,
you
it's
do it
hard
on
to get a
Jack's
word
show.
in edgewise on Jack's show for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, it's Jack.
Jack really likes to talk. He's listening right now. He's going to be pissed.
I know. He's going to be pissed. He's never going to talk to you again. Oh, wait a minute. He will talk to you again because he talks. Anyway. Hey, listen. Thank you so much, Scott. Really, do it more often. You're really fun. And Charlie, thank you so much. Alan, thank you. Oh, look, what's she whispering? Oh, now if I pay attention to her, she's going to pretend like she's shy. Thank you very much, Brian, and whoever that broad is you have with you. Adrian. And, God, she's adorable. Jeff, thank you, and thank you very much.
Glad to talk to you.
Tony, glad you drank coffee tonight. Hey, that's it for tonight. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye. I'll give a big wave goodbye as well. And we'll see you again hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye. There they go, folks. That's our citizen panel. They're out of here. They're gone. And we're gone, too. Jack Bishop is next with The Intersection on most of the same GabNet. I will be back again tomorrow night. What time? Oh, yes, 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. Or it's Eastern Standard Time. Right? Eastern Time, okay? In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? And by the way, yeah, get vaccinated. And if you don't get vaccinated, wear a mask. See you tomorrow night, everybody. Bye.